Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj. This is Game On, where you get the latest from the world of sports, and we've got to begin with the ICC Champions Trophy. And Pakistan's cricket team continued to invite criticism a day after being knocked out of the Champions Trophy, with the great Sunil Gavaskar saying that it would struggle to beat even a second-string Indian team. India, the 2023 ODI World Cup finalists, they defeated defending champions Pakistan by 6 wickets in the Champions Trophy in Dubai on Sunday, continuing their dominance over the arch-rivals. Sunil Gavaskar, he said, and I quote, "I think a B team from India certainly can give Pakistan a run for their money. C team, I'm not too sure, but a B team will be very, very hard to beat for Pakistan in their current form." Pakistan, hosting an ICC tournament for the first time since 1996, were knocked out of the Champions Trophy after New Zealand beat Bangladesh in their Group A match. Pakistan are still winless in this event since winning the Champions Trophy in 2017. Pakistan's cricketing fortunes have declined, with the team finishing 5th in the last 2 ODI World Cups. Gavaskar said, "I think it's surprising, this lack of bench strength. Pakistan always had natural talent, natural in the sense that they may not have always been technically correct, but they had an instinctive understanding of bat and ball. Look at Inzamam-ul-Haq, for example. If you look at his stance, you wouldn't recommend that to a young batter, but he had great temperament. With that kind of temperament, he made up for any technical shortcomings." Gavaskar also noted that despite the Pakistan Super League and domestic white ball tournaments, Pakistan have struggled to produce quality players. He said, "How has India produced so many young stars in white ball cricket? It's because of the IPL. Players from there have gone on to play in the Ranji Trophy and eventually for India. That is something Pakistan cricket must analyze. They need to figure out why they have no longer the bench strength that they once did." And title contenders India's slot in the semi-finals of the ICC Champions Trophy was confirmed on Monday following New Zealand's victory over Bangladesh. The result also eliminating tournament host Pakistan from the event. Besides India, New Zealand, who've registered now 2 victories in as many matches, they've also advanced to the last 4 stage from Group A. India won their first 2 matches in convincing fashion, beating both Bangladesh and Pakistan by identical margin of 6 wickets. Having lost their first 2 games, Pakistan needed a lot of results to go their way to ensure their qualification for the semi-finals. However, the campaign of Mohammad Rizwan's team came to a premature end after the Kiwis chased down a target of 237 against Bangladesh with as many as 23 balls to spare. On Sunday, India rode on a clinical performance to outclass Pakistan with plenty to spare at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Rohit Sharma's team, they started their Champions Trophy campaign with a 6-wicket win over Bangladesh last Thursday. India now face New Zealand on Sunday in Dubai after a long rest following their win over Pakistan. The match will determine the Group A toppers. Now, New Zealand beat Bangladesh by 5 wickets on Monday, a result which sent the Kiwis as well as India into the semi-finals. Like I said, New Zealand's win meant that Bangladesh and host Pakistan have lost both their matches so far. They're knocked out. India and New Zealand have 4 points each from 2 wins. Top 2 teams from each group have qualified. So we've already got the 2 semi-finalists from Group A. We still don't know about the other 2 from Group B, and it's only gotten more interesting as the match between Australia and South Africa was abandoned without a ball being bowled due to rain. Now, Rachin Ravindra, he struck a magnificent 112 as New Zealand chased down the target of 237 with 23 balls to spare. Tom Latham and Devon Conway, they chipped in with 55 and 30 respectively as New Zealand reached 240 for 5 in 46.1 overs. Earlier, Michael Bracewell, he bagged 4 wickets as New Zealand restricted Bangladesh to a modest 236 for 9 despite skipper Najmul Hussain Shanto's 77. Bracewell accounted for Tanzit Hassan, Mushfiqur Rahim and Muhammadullah, and Bangladesh's last match centurion Tauhid Hridoy to return with an impactful figures of 26 for 4. All right, let's move on to football. And Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, they are aiming for a spot in the Copa del Rey Grand Final on 26th of April. Tonight, they will meet in the first leg of their semi-final at the Estadi Olympique. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick believes the team needs to learn from their La Liga defeat by Atletico this season and be more clinical in front of goal when they meet again in the first leg Copa del Rey semi-final. Atletico claimed their first away win at Barcelona in 18 years with a 2-1 victory in December, despite the hosts dominating the opening exchanges and scoring the first goal. Flick is hoping to have Lamine Yamal available after the 17-year-old winger missed training on Monday due to an injury he picked up in the 2-0 win at La Palmas on Saturday. Yamal, who bagged an assist, posted a picture of his bloody left foot on Instagram after the match. The German added that midfielder Dani Olmo could play 90 minutes after recovering from a calf injury that he suffered in January. Flick, celebrating his 60th birthday on Monday, said he feels good for his age, adding, "It's only a big thing when you are looking at the numbers." Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone, he urged his players to avoid distractions and keep their focus on their next challenge as they brace for what will be a demanding schedule on the horizon. Simeone's side are also preparing themselves for another knockout tie against Real Madrid in the Champions League round of 16 on 4th of March before hosting Barcelona in La Liga on 16th of March, with just a point separating Atletico from Barca and Real at the top of the table in what is a heated title run-in. Atletico manager urged his players to make sure that they're up to the challenge so that they can just focus on the game at hand.
Tomorrow we play against Atletico, and this is the most important match, and we are focused on that, and we are ready for that. We want to show it. I can say that the mentality in the team is really good, unbelievable. The attitude is good, so. And also the atmosphere. It's really what I appreciate about. I'm happy with this.
We know that the opponent has important footballers in all their positions, decisive players. Obviously, offensively, they are going through a very good moment. Whoever plays ends up performing very well in the position they are assigned. And we plan to take the match to where we believe we can do the damage. The coach has the ability to convey the style of play he is proposing to the players, and I think Flick's arrival has been very beneficial for Barcelona.
Galatasaray Football Club have warned to initiate criminal proceedings against Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho. Galatasaray claimed Mourinho made racist statements following the scoreless draw between the two teams yesterday. Speaking in the news conference after the Istanbul derby, Mourinho said the home bench had been jumping like monkeys and also repeated his criticism of Turkish referees, saying it would have been a disaster to use an official from the country. Monday's match was refereed by Slovenian Slavko Vincic after both clubs requested a foreign official take charge of the fixture, as well as the threat of legal action now from Galatasaray. They said they would submit official complaints now to football's governing bodies. Mourinho, a former Chelsea, Manchester United and Tottenham manager, and his club Fenerbahce are yet to respond to those accusations. After the game, Mourinho was asked about the performance of their 19-year-old defender Yusuf Akicek, and he said, "I have to thank the referee after the big dive in the first minute and their bench jumping like monkeys on the top of the kid. With a Turkish referee, you would have a yellow card after 1 minute, and after 5 minutes, I would have to change it." Meanwhile, Galatasaray, they've issued a statement saying that since the commencement of his managerial duties in Turkey, Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho has persistently issued derogatory statements directed towards the Turkish people. Today, his discourse has escalated beyond merely immoral comments into unequivocally inhumane rhetoric. We hereby formally declare our intention to initiate criminal proceedings concerning the racist statements made by Jose Mourinho and shall accordingly submit official complaints to UEFA and FIFA. Manchester United will cut around 150 to 200 more jobs as part of an overhaul to return to profitability after 5 years of losses. The plan is in addition to the 250 jobs removed last year. The club has been restructuring and cutting costs since British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe. He took a 25% stake last year and took charge of soccer operations to try to revive its fortune on the pitch. In September, the 20-time English champions reported its fifth straight annual loss as it missed out on the lucrative European Champions League competition. CEO Omar Barada, he said in a statement that we've lost money for the past 5 years and 5 consecutive years. This cannot continue. The restructuring plan includes an end to free lunches for staff in the Old Trafford canteen to save more than £1 million a year. Some staff will also move from Old Trafford to the new training facility at Carrington near Manchester, and all the club's leadership will be based in Manchester. Now, executive bonuses will be paid at a reduced rate this year and then transition to a revised scheme based more firmly on the club's football and financial performances. The club's charitable donations will also be focused on Manchester United Foundation and Manchester United Disabled Supporters Association, and it is in talks with MUF about the level of its contribution. The foundation, which provides educational and community outreach programs aimed at young people, raised £608,000 from the season ticket holders and online donations in 2023 and 2024. Manchester United finished 8th in the league last season. The team currently sits in the 15th position in Premier League. Last week, they admitted challenges after reporting an adjusted net loss of £6.2 million in the second quarter. The shares, which have lost about 16% so far this year, were up 0.5% on Monday. Ratcliffe's purchase of $1.25 billion stake a year ago was met with excitement by the fans. But that enthusiasm and that excitement has ebbed away over the past 12 months after a poor showing on the field. Former France forward Olivier Giroud is looking forward to his first full season leading the line for Los Angeles FC. The 2025 MLS season began last weekend with LAFC defeating Minnesota United 1-0 at home on Saturday to kick off their campaign. The 38-year-old signed for the 2022 MLS champions in July on a contract that will run through the current season with an option to extend his stay for another year. The move saw the France national team's all-time top goal scorer link up again with Le Bleu's most capped player, goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Giroud's debut season in the Los Angeles team was not without its difficulties on and off the pitch. The LAFC striker described feeling scared during the 4-week-long Southern California wildfires and was a victim of burglary earlier this month when $500,000 worth of jewelry was taken from his home, according to ESPN. Giroud also failed to score in 10 MLS appearances into 2024 but did notch up 3 assists. Giroud had previously spent 3 years at Milan, helping them to win the Serie A title in 2022. This followed an almost decade-old spell in England, where he won the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League and FA Cup at Chelsea, as well as a trio of FA Cups with Arsenal. Giroud also starred for Montpellier in their 2021-22 in 2011-2012 fairy tale season, which saw them win a first ever League One title. Before retiring from international duty after Euro 2024, Giroud amassed 131 caps for France, scoring 57 goals, and was part of their World Cup winning squad in 2018.
It was all the fires and this situation, a really sad situation where people lost everything. I had also a personal bad experience. So yeah, hopefully some better days up front. Like it's part of a life. You sometimes you've got great days, sometimes tough moments. But most important that the club and the boys we support. Through LA Strong, we support the people who suffer from. We needed that support, where thanks first responders and firefighters who did an amazing job, and it made me really sad, when I was scared also, But yeah, I hope that they're gonna make all the effort, put all the effort, and make improvements in maybe in order to prevent these fires.
All right, can anybody stop Mohamed Salah this season? It doesn't seem so at the moment. The 32-year-old is on an absolute roll. He already has 25 goals in 27 Premier League games, 6 clear of Newcastle's Alexander Isak and Manchester City's Erling Haaland. That's in Premier League. What about the big 5 leagues in Europe, which includes La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, along with Premier League? Salah is again on top 4 goals ahead of Bayern Munich player Harry Kane and Atlanta's Matteo Retegui. But he's not just a goal scorer. Salah has been exceptional with his assists as well. He has 16 assists, which is the highest in Premier League, and 5 more than Barcelona's Lamine Yamal, who is next across the big 5 leagues. Now, when you combine goals with assists, Salah has 41 goal contributions. It is no surprise that Salah is being talked about as a potential winner of the Ballon d'Or, awarded to the best footballer in the world. He's showing no signs of slowing down, and if he can fire Liverpool to a silverware or two come the end of the campaign, he could be the man to end Africa's long wait for the first Ballon d'Or winner since George Weah in 1995. Former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher, he has praised him on Sky Sports, saying Mo Salah is having a Messi and Ronaldo season. This is going to end up being the greatest season we've seen from an individual, and he says he has absolutely no doubt about that. This is for all the dog lovers. The British Siberian Husky Dog Championship wrapped up its season on Saturday in England's Thetford Forest. While often associated with snow-covered plains, Husky dog racing in Britain is often known as dry weather racing, for races held in more moderate climate conditions like those present on Saturday. Race organizer Alex Purser says race lengths are adjusted based on the conditions on the day of the race to ensure the Huskies are not given more than they can handle in the drier, warmer conditions. Racers compete in different championship classes, which account for a number of variables, like the number of Huskies involved in pulling a competitor along a time trial course.
Good girl.
One of the most competitive race classes in the championship is the 3-dog category, where Naomi March, she secured the championship title. It's a staggering 94 points ahead of the nearest rival. The season consists of 16 rounds with racers' best 11 results counting towards their tally. They earn 66 points for a win. The next British Siberian Husky Dog Racing Championship, that season begins in November.
Good dog. Those clever dogs, weren't you? Well done. Well, that was lovely. And nice to finish the trail as well, wasn't it, guys?
I've run various teams throughout my years of racing. Exhilarating. I absolutely love working with the dogs. It's just great to be out there trying to get all the turns right and trying to get everything done. It's great.
Yeah, so the conditions that we tend to get are a whole mixture. Sometimes it could be snowing, which is just perfect. Sometimes it's nice and cold. Most of the time this season it has been quite warm and humid, like today, unfortunately. So when it is the perfect conditions, dry, cold, crisp, we can get a fair bit of mileage onto the dogs for the races. When it's warm and humid like today, we have to reduce the mileage. The reason that we reduce it is just so it's for safety reasons, so it's safer for the dogs, because at the end of the day, we want them all coming back happy and healthy and waggy tails and big smiles.
All right, we wrap this up with Formula One, and Aston Martin will be testing their new Mercedes-powered AMR 25 in Bahrain from tomorrow. However, the Silverstone-based team, who officially revealed their new car for the new 2025 season on Sunday, Aston Martin had finished 5th for the second year running in 2024. Expectations had been high after double world champion Alonso took 6 podiums in the first 8 races of 2023, but the Spaniard failed to finish higher than 5th last year, while teammate Lance Stroll, he had a best of 6th. Dan Fallows, who was the technical director, was moved aside last November, with the team bringing in former Ferrari technical director Enrico Cardale and Red Bull's title-winning designer Adrian Newey into the side. Well, with that, it's a wrap on Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.